Hey, thanks for tuning in to Twang and Bang. The stock set that came on this Ruger 1022 takedown was fine for general shooting, especially with the iron sights. But when I decided I wanted to put this primary arm 6-power rimfire scope on, I knew the comb was just going to be too short for me. Brownells thought I might want to try the Magpul X22T hunter stock. And so they sent me this one in FDE, which actually I think looks really good with the stainless finish on this Ruger. When I put this all together, I quickly realized that the X22T offers a lot of flexibility that you can't tell just by looking at it. And that's why it's coming up next on Twang and Bang. Before we take anything apart, I'm going to show you a few things about this stock. First of all, front and back, you have little dimples here in case you want to drill it out and put standard sling swivels. I'm not going to do that, but this is the time that you would do it. You would do it before putting it all together, because when you drill through, you don't want to be drilling into your barrel. So that's where you would drill on the fore end, and right on the buttstock there to install standard swivels. I'm not going to do that. I've already installed the QD cup on the back. I put it on the outside of the stock. That's my preference, but you could put it on either side. I'm going to, because it's M-lok, I'm going to install a Picatinny rail as well as a sling stud for mounting a Harris bipod right in the M-lok rail, so I don't need to drill that at all. But that's when you would do it. The X22 fore end comes with an insert. You flip one side up for a standard profile barrel, which is what I've got here. The other side is for a bull barrel. We're going to go standard profile. It just slides right in and snaps in place just like that. You have the option of inserting, there's a bigger one for the bull barrel side, a barrel pre-tensioner. So you would, that little hole right there is threaded for this little set screw, and you can access it through this M-lok slot, so you can tune the barrel tension based upon what accuracy you're getting. You also have the option of leaving it out and free floating the barrel. That's what I'm going to do. You just want to snug these down. The threads are plastic. You can strip it pretty easily, so just go to snug, and that's all you're going to need to do. The stock screws are semi-captured, meaning you're going to get to a point where the parts of the rifle come out with the screw still in place. That's pretty nice, so you don't lose it. But we do want to remove it all the way. You keep backing it out, because we're going to need to reuse these with the X22T stock. We are done with that. Now we're going to first remove the barrel band. And then the fore end screw. Same thing, it's semi-captured, so you need to unscrew it from the fore end itself. Now we're done with that. It's just a simple matter of sliding that in place, making sure that that hole is lined up. There are threads in the X22 fore end, just the same. So you have one set of threads, and then you're going to be able to push that screw in a little bit farther before it catches the threads in the barrel. And then you just snug it down. Again, though the threads are steel here, it's still just polymer here. So you don't want to crush the polymer too much. That's it. And you can see right there is the takedown lever. It's a little bit more recessed, a little bit harder to get to because there's more material here, but that's not a problem. The buttstock's a little deeper too, so you need to make sure you get nice and deep in there and slide it back and then it'll seat. And again, you got threads in the buttstock to overcome first, and then threads in the receiver. Again, just snug it down. And we're going to test fit. And it's tight, but in a good way. That's a great fit. Now I'm going to put on the stock accessories. And I don't know why Magpul makes you install your T-nuts yourself. This is a pain. This is just, I don't like this part of m-lok, at least not Magpul official accessories. I'm going to put a Picatinny on the back in case I have a different kind of bipod to put on there, or something like a light. I'm going to put it on the bottom because that'll give me the most flexibility. And then you can see I already had this mounted. I'm going to put on a QD cup on the side. And here's another thing that drives me nuts about Magpul accessories. So you have to use two different Allen keys. There's not a standard Allen key head, and there's no reason for this. There. Fantastic. I'm ready for a hairstyle bipod, a Picatinny style bipod, or light, or any other kind of accessory. And I got QD cup on that side and that side, which is the way I want it set up. The SGA shotgun stock from Magpul is my favorite Magpul product ever. And from here back, the X22 Hunter is exactly the same. It's got the same sling attachment points like I've already shown, and it has the exact same system for changing out the cheek weld as well as length of pull. All you have to do is remove this one screw here. And I've got this SGA cheek riser kit. I already had this in inventory. It's black. I think it's going to give a nice two-tone effect. Just slide the butt pad out, and here's where you would change out the spacers. I'm just going to run one spacer. You can add quite a few more. I can't remember the total amount, but this is a rimfire. I don't want a whole lot. Or you can take it out and run it nice and short for youth shooters. And then this just pops off, and insert this tab here, slap it on down, reinsert this screw, snug it down. Remember, you're pulling plastic pieces together, so you don't want to tighten it too much. And now I've got custom length of pull, and I've got a custom cheek riser height, and this thing is bomb-proof. Magpul also makes a minimalist stock for the 1022 takedown called the Backpacker, and as the name implies, it's designed to facilitate taking the 1022 takedown and packing it in a standard backpack. The two halves clip together. It's actually a really, really interesting design. The problem with it that I see is it's so minimalist, it's not nearly as shootable as a Hunter, which is why I went with this stock instead. If your priority is the form factor that the takedown model takes when it's apart, the Backpacker is probably going to be what you want. If your priority is the same as mine and what form the 1022 takedown takes when it's already together and shooting, then the Hunter is going to be what you want. It's got a longer forend with m-lok. It's much easier to put accessories on. It's got more flexibility with the risers that are available for it. You can go higher with the risers that are available for the Hunter than for the Backpacker. And of course, it has an adjustable length of pull that the Backpacker doesn't have. And all that said, when I take this down, just as you see it here, it still fits in the Ruger factory takedown case. So it's not like it's that less portable. It just doesn't click together. It doesn't have integral storage like the Backpacker. So they're both really good stocks. I think they both have their places in the market. My preference for my personal uses right now are for the Hunter stock. I've got a link in the video description below where you can buy it or find out more about it. Be sure to follow me on Facebook and Instagram. You can see the links right here. And be sure to click right here to subscribe so you can catch my next videos on bows, guns, and other cool stuff. I really appreciate you watching Twang and Bang, and I hope to see you next time.